Where did I put it? I know it's here somewhere. I'm just got to find what folder I put it in. Terrace stairs. Give me a sec here. What? Where did I put that texture? That column painted. I don't think I forgot to. Did I forget to create a normal for that? Let's go through them one by one. No. 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 Nope. 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 I wonder if I renamed it to light base. Oh, there's tiles. Nope. Steps, stairs, straight banister, tall deco. Nope. I have a feeling if I did create it, I may not have named it correctly. So let me check the texture and see if I can find it that way. Or I may not have actually created it, so let's move on. I'm just going to take a mental note that I have to create the normal map for that. F column painted up to. Let's do that really quickly actually. Let's load up null. Let's pull in that color map. This one here. I won't have a mesh for it because it looks like I may have forgotten to export it when we were doing our exports of the object so that we can create our normal. So I'm just going to have to eye it on the cylinder here. which is not the ideal way. Like the ideal way is the way I showed you, to export the actual mesh and have a look at it on the actual object itself, but we'll do it this way. I'm just going to set my path here though. I'm going to call this one F, we'll call it fat column, so that we know where to find the texture once it's saved out by null. And again though, let's start pulling this large and extra large detail back a bit. Pull up the medium a little bit. Again, this stair-stepping thing we're going for. I'm going to pull in on the fine detail, and I'm going to set this back to 90 for the intensity. Now we're going to update the integrator. And let's export. Okay, let's close down null then. Let's try this again. And that's the one we want. Again, viewers being really temperamental, dispersion as usual. What did you do? Okay. Let's edit our function. Like I said, guys, if you forget something like that and you do want to create a normal map, do it the way I've showed you, where you export the actual piece of geometry before you create the normal. It's always a better way to go, because you can see exactly what it's going to look like. That's if you're using null, of course, as an example. It's easier to see what the normal is going to look like than trying to visualize it on a cylinder. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. So do as I say, not as I just did. That would be my advice anyway. And this one is straight banister painted R2. Pull in a normal map. Straight banister painted R2, that's the one we want. And let's edit our function. Rename our slots here. And again, like I've been saying, I haven't been going to the highlights tab because these are all stone, and leave the highlight at black, which is what it should default to anyway. When we have to change the highlights, I'll show you and tell you again. These are the lower stairs painted R2. Okay. These are those stairs down the very front of the model here. Those ones down there. Let's pull in our normal map. I'm trying to breathe, I'm sinking underwater. I try to escape. I think I'm drowning, this feeling gets stronger and I'm not quite ready to break. I think it's this one, yep. Lowest is painted R2. Change our gamma. Next texture. This is F column right painted. I think F is for front here. F column right painted normal, that's the one we want. Edit our function. Rename them for our good housekeeping here. And change our gamma. Okay, let's move on to the next material. And this is Tall Deco Left Painted R2. So T Deco Left Painted R2. Tall Deco Left Painted R2. Pull in our normal map.
Something to think on, baby. There's nothing better than being with you. These days they're driving me.
Tall Deco Left Painted R2, that's the one we want.
Got an addiction to your ways, baby. There's nothing better than the days we share. Oh, I feel it. And I feel the loving from you.
And our gamma to 1. Move on to the next one. Now this one, Tall Deco Left Painted. Okay. T Deco Left Painted. What are these actually? Let me have a look. Okay. These I know use the same texture, I think, from memory. Yeah, they do. They're all using the same texture, so they're going to be using the same normal map. What I did was I flipped it at 180 degrees in the model, so it looked like there were two separate textures, but it really only uses one. So I'm going to use the R2 normal map again, because it should be identical. I'm going to jump back and check. It does look a little slightly different though, actually. I'm looking at the texture sample here to compare the two textures. I think R2 is actually, not R2, R2 and the normal one are a little different. So we're going to do the same thing again, I think. We're going to, jump into Gnarled again. I shouldn't have closed it down. And we're just going to quickly create the normal map for the other texture. Initially I really thought that I'd just made one texture and turned it 180 degrees, which probably would have been a better way to do it. So it looks like I created two unique textures for it though. Maybe I did that because they were right at the roof front of the model, and people may want to angle a close-up shot. So to make it completely unique, I created two textures. load in that color map. Yeah, I have an R2 and an R1. Doesn't look like it though. Just going to compare those textures actually. Guys in Terrace finals. Oh, Tall Deco left painted. Looking at the wrong name. Well, I'm looking for T, not S. Tall Deco left painted. Yeah, this is the one here. So we did the R2 one. The normal one is different, so I'm going to load in that target file. I'm going to use the same folder that I used though for the other one, I think. Or not. No. Well, I'm just going to create a new folder. It'll be quicker. That's Tall Deco P. That's what we'll call it. Let's just play with our things here. I remember this texture, so pull right back on the large, extra large. Define and bring up the extra fine a bit, and we'll pull back to we'll go 80% on this. Update the integrator and export. And close. Nailed down. I'm pretty sure I haven't forgotten any others. We couldn't have one of them normal mapped and not the other one. So. Now let's load in our normal map here. That's that one there. We've saved out our occlusion and our height map as well. That's so when we start doing some work in Unreal, we've got it all ready to go. Edit our function. And always remember to change our gamma back to 1 on the normal map. Move on to the next texture. Just before we do that, guys, I'm just going to take a quick break for a couple of minutes at that time of the day where I need to grab a fresh cup of coffee. So I will be right back in just a few minutes, and then we will finish up working on the textures. It doesn't look like we've got too many more to go. We're about 3/4 of the way there. So yeah, I'll be back in just a few minutes, guys, and we will continue on and finish up fixing up our materials here in Vue. So I'll be right back. Okay, got my hot coffee here, so I'm all set and ready to go. Where were we? So we're up to this texture, which is called Steps 3 Step Painted. So we're going to call this one Steps 3. So we're going to call this one Steps _P Painted, because these are our main stairs here at the front. Let's load in our normal map. And these are the step tops, I know that for a fact. I remember making them. Normal map, steps 3, that's the one. Hey Leapness, how are you? Good to see you. Steps through texture. I caught a bit of your stream earlier this morning, or my time this morning. I think you were working on doing the pieces for the arms when I was watching your stream. How are you? Hope you're well. Let's make sure we override our gamma here to 1. I did rename it texture, didn't I? Yep. Okay. Let's move on to the next piece of the puzzle here. What's this one? These are the stairs themselves at the very front. And like I said, you can tell in what we're working on. If you look at the viewport here, it'll be highlighted in red. So, stairs. I'm going to call it main. Because they're the main, we've got 2 sets of steps, but these are the main set of stairs, so. Let's import our normal map. Leadness says he made his block out into high poly and you're going to detail it now. Cool. Stairs, that's the one we want. Alright, let's jump back and edit our function here. Rename this one normal. And always, again, remember to change your gamma here to 1. It's really important, guys, with your normal maps. If you're working in Eon View, if you've downloaded the PLE and you're trying it out, and you're using normal maps, make sure you do that. Otherwise, it's really going to look weird when you do a render. Your object will look strange. Right banister painted. Okay, so we're going to go R, banister, P for painted. Even though it's called in a folder called left banister, the texture is called right banister. Go figure. I think it's this one here. Don't do this to me, okay, that's the one we want, right banister painted. And again, every time Vue does this, I'm terrified because I know what this program is like. Yeah, you did loaded it up. And like I said, I would recommend you guys always save regularly. I'm just not doing it because it'll take 15 minutes for this old version to save it out. And like I said, it's not very entertaining for you guys to watch me sit here and while the program saves out a file. So we are throwing caution to the wind, but make sure you save regularly if you're doing this. What's this lateness? Here's what you've done in about 12 hours. Let's have a look. So this is a character I think that Leetness has been working on in his stream. And he says this is 12 hours work. Yeah, I was watching you working on these in your stream earlier today. These shoulder pieces. Very nice. Cool. Cool. Okay. This is looking very, very nice. And this is the armor, in case anyone was just not sure what he was working on. He's working on the armor for the character. Yeah, it's looking good. Nice work. You always do nice work, Eliteness. Yep, looking great. You gonna texture her up when she's done though? I wanna see some textured stuff, dude. I think we did this one, didn't we? But she's looking very nice. The armor is looking good. Yes, we did that. So let's move on to the next texture. Okay, these are the Terrace tiles. These are the ones at the front here, the lower ones. Cool. So, I'm going to call these lower Terrace tiles. Let's load up our normal map. This one here. Should be this one here. Lower Terrace tiles, yep. Again, let's edit our function and name our texture slots here. Lethan says the texturing will be easy. Now the fun part, detailing. Yep. No, well, texturing's not easy, Lethan. I've been telling you guys. He says that the sculpt will look way better. Yeah, I'm sure it will. Like I said, I've seen your detailing work and it's always very nice. Your modelling in general is great. Texturing is not easy though, Lethan. Not to do it right. It takes time and skill. Yeah, no, the shape is there. I can see that. And like I said, when you do the detailing, it'll really help lift the model up. I do want to see it textured though. And believe me, texturing is not easy. I want to do it right. We changed our gamma there, so let's move on to the next one. Now these are tiles. I was going to say with the highlights on these tiles, you will have highlights on tiles. Let's do that actually, but instead of bringing it right up to a white, which is what we did for the metal pieces, Leadness is saying it'll be easy because of all the colours because all the colours are in place for you. You don't have to invent anything. Okay, alright, cool. Well, I look forward to seeing it textured up, dude. With the highlights here on these front tile section, we used white for the metal parts, but I'm not going to go to white for these tiles. I'm going to go to like a mid-grey. So black for the stonework, white for the metal work, and a mid-grey here for the tile. And again, I'm going to knock it back to around about 10% on this. You don't want them too shiny, because the texture itself is very dirty, so it's not like they've been wiped clean and washed clean and scrubbed clean. You're not going to have a lot of reflection happening on them. Let's move on to the next one. B column left painted. B column left B painted. I think B here is base because there are these two columns here at the front. Let's load up our normal map. Even though I've got it in a folder called B column right there, B column left. Again, go figure. B column left painted, that's the normal we want. And again, make sure our gamma is at 1. Again, stone, so nothing with the highlight on that. These are lower stair border right painted. Okay, these are the borders here at the front. Lower stair border right. I'm going to call this one stair border alpha right. Now where did I put that? Is the next question. Lower stair border. Lower stair border right. And I do remember with those, we created 2 textures for those stair borders. I notice I have 2 folders here, so let's have a look. And these are the ones I think we want. Lower stair border right, painted normal. Again, we're going to edit our function and rename our slots here. Change our gamma. And move on to the next texture. Again, it's stone. You're not going to worry about the highlight on that. These are lower stair border right painted. Painted 2. It looks like I would have loaded up the wrong normal map for that, so I'm going to fix that right now. Painted 2 normal map is the one that I want, not the one. So I was lucky that the 2 textures were right after each other in the stack here, so it didn't take me. I could see that the error was there. But I think we'll have to change our gamma again. Yep. Every time you load in a normal map, it'll revert back to using system gamma, so always change it, check it. You see it's done the same thing for the name here. I'm just going to call this one R2. So it removed our name as well when we changed the texture out. Again, I'm going to call this one R2 as well, because we're going to move on to the next one here, and we just want to call this one the normal painted one. So underscore P for painted. And I think that should be this one here. Hang on, lower stairs, border painted right. I think that's the one that's in the other folder. Lower stair border right painted. Lower stair border right painted 2. I think it's this one. Lower stair border right painted. No, it's not that one. Lower stair border right painted, that's the one there. Again, I'm getting myself confused here. Let's edit our function. change our gamma. I'm just going to jump back quickly to the previous one to make sure I did get the right normal map for that. Lower stair border right painted 2. Just to be on the safe side, I'm going to load that up one more time. Because again, I don't want to have the wrong normal map assigned, it's going to look weird. Lower stair border right painted 2. Lower stair border right painted 2, that's the one. I'll just reload it to be sure. I'm pretty sure it was right, but it doesn't hurt just to make sure. Again, change our gamma again. Okay, we did that. Okay, these are the railings. It's already using a JPEG texture. These, I know, remember we said we weren't going to put a normal map on those because it didn't need it. It's these metal railings that surround the inner dome. So we'll leave it like it is here. We won't put any normals on them. We will, you'll notice here that it has a highlight color of white, again because it's metal, but I don't want to leave it at 100%. I want to knock it back to, try 50. We'll see what 50 looks like when we start doing a render. If it looks like it comes up too shiny, we'll knock it back again. These highlight settings, like I said, when you start doing test renders, that'll be a good indication of whether they're right or not. You'll be able to tell that way. Railing right, again, same sort of thing. I want to knock it back to 50 on the highlight. Okay, so this one is, this is the plain coloured stone. We actually painted over this. It looks like it may have pulled it in because it's part of a multi-material. I'm just going to call this one grey stone. I'm not going to put a bump on it though because it's pretty much hidden by another texture that's painted over the top of it. So let's move on to the next one. And this is the texture that's painted on top of it, bottom left painted. Okay. The left P for painted. Bottom left painted is what I'm looking for. Where did I put that? Bottom left painted. That's all I want right there. And a normal map, we'll name that. Override our gamma to 1. Move on to the next one. Top right painted. Okay. want to check that color map. Yep, okay. And where did I put that one? Top right painted, I think it's this one here. Yep. Make sure we change our gamma to a 1. Next material. Sphere deco painted. Okay, they're those spheres that we have sitting on these stairs at the base and top of the stair. Sphere deco painted. I call it deco just short for decoration, not as an art deco. Where would I put that? Actually, I remember we didn't use a normal map for that either, because they're so small, they're not going to be real benefiting from a normal map. So we don't need to worry about that. I just want to rename our texture here though. Move on to the next one. Sphere deco painted R2. I just created 2 separate different textures so that people wouldn't notice we were repeating them. And I moved them on opposite sides, one at the top, one at the bottom. Again though, they don't have normal map. Call that one R2. Again though, I'm just going to make sure I name that. Next one. Dome ring top painted. So deeper dome, ring, top, deeper painted. Again, you can see what that is here. That's that ring at the very top of the dome. Dome ring top painted, go figure, makes sense. Dome ring top. I think it should be this one here, dome ring top painted normal. Change our gamma to 1 and move on. Okay, these are the gates. This is actually the wrought iron dome at the very top. So I'm going to call it metal dome.